Here we have a new 2022 Hyundai Tucson. And this one comes in the N-Line trim level. And that beautiful quartz white, which is gonna be that pearl white for Hyundai. It's a $400 option there. And then we have the black N-Line interior, which is leatherette bolsters mixed with the cloth insert. And for the powertrain, we have a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. So as you get to that front end there, we have LED daytime running lights along with LED headlamps. And they don't flash like that, it's just the camera lens, but it looks cool. And I really like that front end of the N-Line, everything kind of galvanized and all that. And the quartz white, especially when the sun's up, 12 o'clock, looks absolutely stunning. But down here we have the N-Line 19-inch aluminum wheels. And here we have the controls for the power windows, door locks, and mirrors. I'm gonna go ahead and open the trunk. And there we have the power driver's seat with power lumbar support. And I just love how this seat looks. That looks so cool. Well, let's check out the back. Actually, really impressive legroom back here. I'm quite surprised. I have plenty of space and I'm 6'3", and the seat in front of me is adjusted for someone of my size. And I don't remember this in the last Tucson I've done. I guess it was the same legroom, but just really impressive. Rear AC vents there. 2 USB-A charging ports there. And there's a view of the front from back here. And then we'll just take a quick look in the center seat. Cup holders there. And next we're just gonna take a quick peek at the window sticker. And a huge shout out to Hyundai of Cool Springs for letting me review this car today. I'll leave a link in the description. But you can see all that's included with the N-Line. And then the only option that this one has is just some minor accessories and then that quartz white paint. But it stickers for $33,050, and then with the market adjustment, get this one for $36,045. Because everything, of course, is hard to come by. But let's check out this trunk space next. A really good size. Nice and symmetrical, which I like. Then we have a 12-volt back here. And then you can fold the seats down by pulling up here, and I'll kind of demonstrate. And they'll fold flat, and then I'll put it back up in a minute. And then if you need a cargo divider, you have that here. And I love how it just folds up so it's not always in the way and you don't have to take it out every time. But to this back end here, again, the taillights don't flash like that, it's just a camera, but just so aggressive. It looks fantastic. And that exhaust tip, man, oh man, loving that. But to fold that rear seat back up, you just pull it up till it locks back into place. And then you can even adjust how far it goes back, whether you want it up further or back further, you can do that. And then here we have our front passenger seat. And I like the little accents they put throughout, like the red stitching here, and then the little hash marks here, just really neat. But this quartz white, I've said it about 2 or 3 times, it's just A beautiful color, especially on a beautiful day like today. But next we're gonna take a look at what's under the hood. And there's that 2.5 liter Smart Stream 4-cylinder. And now to hop in the driver's seat. So I love the new steering wheel that they put in the Hyundais, particularly in this Tucson here. This leather wrap is really nice, and you have the grips throughout. And then just small little touches like the stitching in the end just really makes this feel that much sportier. But next over here to our radio, we get AM, FM, and XM. And then we also have our Bluetooth audio, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. And I have my Apple CarPlay hooked up wirelessly here. And we're gonna do a sound test. Well, we'll do it right now. Please excuse the sound. It just comes in hard, and the system, of course, is a Bose system. It just sounds so incredible. The bass is hitting without distorting the sound. The highs and lows, just everything is in your face, and I really like how they incorporated such a great sound system in this N-Line here. There's our backup camera, and then as we turn the steering wheel, the guidelines follow how hard we turn the wheel, one way or the other. And then we can have a favorites set up here when we hit that. And then these are some of the things we can control from the setup: Wi-Fi hotspot, the device connections, of course, the display. And then we have several different ways that we can set the radio up. So down here we have dual zone automatic climate controls, and just the whole, I love how they did the system. As you can probably see my reflection in here, it's just a really neat way of making sure everything is integrated and they're all kind of like touch sensitive, excuse me. And it just looks really clean. But to control the dual zone climate controls, you can sync or you can set the passengers. And then we have 3 auto modes, which I like having. So depending on how you want the fan speed, high, medium, or low. And then we can control the fan speed when it's not in auto mode here. And then we even have a little diffuser there, which is nice. And then 2 USB ports down there. And then we have a wireless charging pad here. And then for our shifter, we have, you just hit the button behind, reverse, neutral, drive, and then you can shift manually here, which is always nice to have, especially in a sportier model like this. And then we even have drive modes. So we have our normal, sport, and smart mode. Whether you want to drive efficiently, sporty, or have the vehicle decide based on your throttle response. And then we have an electronic parking brake. You pull up to engage, press down to disengage, automatic brake hold, hill descent control or downhill brake control. And then we can pull up the camera with the touch of a button there and toggle that on and off. And then I like how they put the heated seats. You can control that from here, and it's kind of where it should be, instead of just up here crowding up the radio. So we have 3-stage heated seats for the driver and front passenger. And then a pretty good sized center console cubby. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. We have our Universal garage door transmitter there. Here we have the owner's manuals in the glove compartment. Now to the actual functionality of the steering wheel, we have volume controls here. We have trackless or radio station controls here. We can toggle the mode, whether you want it in radio, Bluetooth, etc. And then we have our voice control commands here, favorites here. And then we can control the gauge cluster here. And we can toggle through the actual menu there. And it's a lot to choose from the light can set up, and I like how it's all digital. And it's always nice to have the tire pressure sensors there. Smart cruise, you can toggle that here, adjust speed, gap adjust, and then we have the lane centering here. There's our push button start. And finally, here's our key fob with remote start. But next, we're gonna go ahead and take this 2022 Hyundai Tucson N-Line out on the road for a quick test drive. So for this to be a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, it does get up, even in the normal mode. I'm gonna put it in the sport. And I even wanna manually shift and see how that does. And the manual shifts are actually pretty responsive. It tends to, of course, it's not lightning quick. It's not like a dual clutch or something like that, but it does shift when you tell it to, very smoothly, even in the sport mode. I'm gonna put it back in the just a normal shifting mode, then I'm gonna put it in the smart drive. And there's the auto stop that just came on. And then we'll just give it a little throttle in smart mode getting on the interstate. And actually not bad. Can't really go anywhere right now, but here we go. It definitely has the power and the torque to get up and go, but I love turbos. I'm a big turbo fan, so I would get worse gas mileage in a turbo car, but I just like being able to put my foot down and kind of get that boost going. But for everyday driving, this is a really good option because it's not slow to be dangerous, but it is efficient in the sense that it's good at what it does. Let me just put it that way. I think this gets, I think it was 2633 or something like that. So anything that's getting you that kind of fuel mileage, you don't expect it to be a race car. But still, if you need to merge on the interstate and need a little bit of punch, you have that available to you. But just really, I love everything about how the car handles. The steering wheel is not tight, but it's not too loose either. And of course, gas pedal feel, brake pedal feel, all of that feels normal. What I would expect from a vehicle of this caliber. Of course, I have not tested the adaptive cruise, but I'm sure it's like the other Hyundais I've driven, and the system is very, very good, just all the way around. So it's good at keeping a speed, it's good at keeping a distance. And it isn't lungy either. It's not like throwing you back and forth trying to keep that speed up. It just does a really good job at being comfortable and being practical. And this will bring me to the end of my review of the new 2022 Hyundai Tucson N-Line.